We have Karl Lamone, Gary Payton, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, but then you always have Mugsy Bogues in there. Mugsy Bogues is like a Space Jam. We know Mugsy Bogues. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. So definitely salute. We think you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Talk about Michael Jordan, because there's always that iconic picture of you and Jordan, and we see the height, and then there's people saying that he didn't like you and all this other nonsense. But people don't realize that if they continue to look at the play, that you damn near stole the ball from Jordan. So talk about that play and the picture and the misconception behind it.
I don't know. I mean, people get stuff from internet, and I think somebody try to say, because I remember somebody asked me to say, man, my MJ called you a midget, and it kind of got to you under your skin, and it changed the direction of your career. I'm like, where did that come from? I mean, if somebody called me a midget, gonna affect me? I mean, you know how many things people call me a midget, short, and this and that, and the skin is a lot tougher than that. But you know, I don't know where all that came from. I mean, me and MJ have never had any kind of mishaps or anything. I mean, we competitive, we play the game, and you know, I work for the Hornets. I'm sure I did basketball for the Hornets, and of course we did Space Jam together. But you know how it is when, you know, people take a room and they just want to expand on it and take it to whatever it is. So that came from out of nowhere, where, you know, we felt like he didn't like me. You know, we playing a playoff game. Somebody say he called you a midget, and then from then on your career. No, I got hurt. I had surgery at the Chicago series, and here it is. You got a 5'3". I still played 6 more years after it, and I was supposed to be retired. I mean, supposed to have been, you know, put out the league because of my knee. You know, I was bone on bone. Didn't have no cartilages in my knee. But here it is. I was managed to still. People didn't realize I've still managed to play and sustain. You know, have a sustainable career, and on one knee. You know, at 5'3".
Yeah, absolutely.
Allen Iverson. What do you think about him and how he transcended the game?
AI. He was a transcender. Mm-hmm. He was a transcender on and off the court. I mean, he was a culture transcender. I mean, during his time when he entered into the league in '96, you know, MJ was moving out, Kobe was coming in, so it was trying to find out who was going to be the face. Shaq was here early on. You had Zoe, and LJ had a back injury, so everybody was trying to find out who was going to be that face. AI just came in, you know, dreads, you know, the little cultural hip hop type of appearance, and tattoos, and balling. So it was kind of, now the NBA was trying to clean up, you know, the dress code, start coming into effect, and a lot of things, you know, start to be talked about. But AI, he was a transcender, as you just mentioned. He came in, he elevated the league for a small player of his stature, being the MVP, taking the Philly to the finals in terms of what they had surrounded him. I mean, that's unheard of. I mean, AI always be one of the tops on my list, you know, out there. He had a stellar career, Hall of Famer by far. Absolutely, I love this Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been through his ups and downs, and I mean, who hasn't? You know, that's what life is. You know, we go through ups and downs, but we come back full circle, and he's able to come back and understand, you know, importance of life and what he means to his people, his circle, and I'm just so happy for him.
What do you think about the dress code when they did change it over for Allen Iverson? How do you feel about that? And would you have done it as well? Or would you have objected to that at that point?
Well, you know, you got to keep in mind the NBA at the time, they wanted that clean image. You know, they wanted to protect their product, their image, their brand, and they felt like that was a negative, you know, connotation on my brand. So we didn't want to be attached to that. But like I said, a lot of things start to become into play in terms of with the dialogue with the players and then upper management, you know, the CBA, and the meeting of the minds came together. And that's one of the reasons, like I say, it's a players' league where the NBA is right now. And when Commissioner Stern, as he transcended out, when Adam Silver came in, he understood it more than anybody. And that's one of the reasons why we see these guys using the platform the way they're doing it. And that's the growth of the league. And that's what you got to, you know, allow for. It will continue. But AI, he put his print on it. And I think it was needed at the time because the NBA again, like I said, they was losing some key elements, some key players that was nationwide, and AI, provided that, and they couldn't tamper with that.
Absolutely. 90s. We there the year Spreewell choked Carlos Hamo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was there. I just got there. I just got traded there from BJ Armstrong, and it was me and Tony Depp were just talking about that. We had got traded to Golden State for BJ Armstrong, and actually we was there for about a week and a half, and we just got finished playing the Lakers. This led up to that. We played the Lakers, and the Lakers was kind of handling us pretty easily, I should say. Shaq was coming down with the ball, acting all like he was a point guard, having fun. And then PJ took Spree, called timeout, and took Spreewell out. And Spree just walked past the bench and said, "Man, this is a fucking joke. Fucking joke." And then it escalated from there. And then we got back the next day to practice. We felt like everything's done. So we in practice. And then that's when me and Spree on one end, we doing that little rapid fire shooting, Spree passing me the ball. And then PJ came down and said, Spree, put something on the pass to Muggsy. And me and Spree looked at each other like, what are you talking about? We don't know what's going on. So he walked back, and then he came back and said, put a little, and then he said, put a little explicit behind it, put something on the other pass to Muggsy. Spree looked at him, we looked at it, Spree just looked like, I guess he had enough. I guess it's been building up more or whatever it was. He just slammed the ball. Man, I'm tired of this shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Muggs ain't talking about me putting them on the pass. You up there? I'm tired of you fucking. And then that's when it all happened. Bam. Yeah. I was there.
You know how they write it.